Welcome back. My name is Faith. I'm the Sustainability Coordinator here in Fairfield, and I am with Nick Ross. You are one of our, now is it a potter or a ceramicist?
You could say either. I would be honored to be called either of those things.
Great. Yeah. So this is like an off the wall question. What is the difference between pottery and ceramics?
Well, pottery I think has more of a function. Whereas like ceramic is like a material.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nick is one of the instructors and artists at the Deep Green Machine Pottery Studio.
Yeah, Fairfield Pottery Studio.
Fairfield Pottery Studio.
Housed in Deep Green Machine.
Housed in Deep Green Machine.
Yeah.
Great. And so this studio has been open for how long?
I'm not totally sure because it was already open when I got here in 2024.
Okay.
I don't think it was more than a couple years before that.
Right
so
on.
It's a fairly new thing in the community here.
Great. And what's the kind of offering in this studio? What are the, if you're a newbie to, you're just curious about building art out of clay or functional pottery out of clay. If you're new to it, what do you offer? And then if you're kind of an experienced artist, what does the studio offer?
Okay, so for an entry level, somebody who wants to play with clay but maybe has never done it before or they're not sure they're going to enjoy it, we have, for one thing, clay stored up there, which is expensive to get shipped.
Oh yeah, it's so heavy.
Yeah.
So heavy.
Another great thing that we have is throwing wheels, which are kind of special because they are made from recycled parts of throwing wheels from like the dumpster at a factory that makes them.
Whoa.
So they all have their own kind of like character and personality, which I love about them. It kind of makes that
kind of nuanced. Each one will produce a different kind of character of product.
True. Yeah, and we also have 2 relatively new kilns for firing work, and so everything we need to make pottery and finish it and glaze it. We have a separate kiln for bisque firing and for glaze firing.
What is, okay. Can you explain the difference?
Bisque is where you fire the raw clay to make it hard and non-porous. And then glaze is a surface application that melts at a high temperature and turns into glass essentially.
And is it common to have 2 kilns in a studio?
It's good to have separate glaze and bisque kilns if you're trying to keep one without like stray glaze.
Glazing over?
Yeah, like glaze sometimes gets on the inside of a kiln or a piece melts in a glaze firing because it's such a high temperature.
Yeah.
And so
does that affect the way the kiln works later?
It can, yeah, yeah.
Oh wow, okay, so you've got for a newbie and for a skilled potter, you have the throwing wheels, you have the clay, you have the glaze, you have the kilns, and I guess all of the accoutrement that you need to sculpt and do. Do you have programs oriented towards newbies and some kind of oriented towards those who are looking to have studio time?
Yeah, we had a couple really successful workshops in the spring where we invited kids to come out. And Dulce, our studio, kind of running the studio right now, did a little hand building workshop for the kids, and it was extremely well received.
Oh, fun. So they can, play with clay and make hand sculpted.
Yeah, yeah, and we're using a special type of clay that doesn't require firing. Just, because for the kids, it's like a simple thing is easier than
than
firing
having
a bunch
their
of,
piece
yeah,
blow up in a kiln.
yeah, potentially heartbreak on a level they're not equipped to handle.
Right. And then do you offer regular studio time?
Yeah, right now we have open studio hours on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And those times are sometimes different each week, so I think we try to keep that updated on our Facebook page,
Okay,
Fairfield
great.
Pottery.
Okay, so if someone was curious and they wanted to come and spend some time in the studio, whether they're skilled or beginning, this is kind of open access, right? You can.
Yeah, and with the advantage of having somebody there who can assist you with using the studio equipment if you're unsure about how to use those things. So
That's good, right? Because you could really.
There are some things that can go wrong in a ceramic studio.
I can imagine. That's really an awesome opportunity, though, to have that expansive space, and that's what this studio was designed to be, right? It's a space where community can build creative expression, to be able to express themselves creatively.
Yeah, it's a priority for us that this space is available to as many of the community members as possible. And so it's a little bit of a humble beginning, but the potential for expansion is very real for
Awesome.
something like this.
Awesome. So you've got 3 open studio times, 3 days that you offer it, and the timing of those hours can flex. Do you need to RSVP in order to participate?
It's a good idea to, especially since the traffic is not super high right now. Sometimes that factors into, is the studio going to be open 6 hours or 2 hours today?
Right. You can let the instructor kind of know, or what do you call your team members? What are they, instructors? Do they kind of do instruction?
I'm not sure we've gotten that formal with it yet.
Okay.
They're all definitely friends at this point.
Yeah. So your community guide in the studio.
That's a great way.
If you RSVP, you can let them know, hey, I definitely am going to be there, and so they know if they're going to plan.
Yeah, and I think a good way to contact us is through the Facebook page.
Through Facebook?
Yeah.
Just direct message?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And I'm sure there has to be a fee because you got that kiln is going to eat up some energy, and the clay is expensive. And so
it is. Right now, the fee for a day of open studio, I think, is $20. And we're working on getting together like a kind of membership plan where you'd pay like a monthly thing and then have access to the different open studio days.
So from the time you put clay on the throwing wheel to the time you can walk out with a glazed piece, how many days is that? How many open studio days is that?
So potentially you could make a piece and then it takes a certain amount of time to dry out. At minimum, I'd say a week. Unless you're doing something to like speed up the drying process. And then that would be fired, which takes approximately 12 to 15 hours for the kiln to get all the way up to temperature.
And do you have to have that kiln full, so you kind of like need to work with your group to make sure that everybody's contributing?
Yeah, trying to fill it is not only better for the firing itself, but also means you have to fire it less times.
Yeah.
And over the
Energy
lifetime
consumption.
of trying to be conservative about the energy usage.
And the wear and tear on
is
the
a
kiln.
factor, yeah.
Cool. And do you have any pieces on display in the community, or do you anticipate wanting to do that? I can see that eventually there might be quite a few pottery pieces coming out of this studio.
I think we're heading towards that. I have a lot of pieces from when I was going to school here, scattered around.
Awesome.
Fairfield, you know, and I think a lot of them ended up in a dumpster at some
hear
point.
you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah. But do you the pieces that are coming out of the open studio, do they tend to kind of go home with the participant and they use them there, or do you have any artists that are trying to build a collection? Or
Yeah, some of the work that has come out of the studio, and this was before I got there, was being displayed in the Taco Dreams lobby, which is a restaurant that is right next to where our studio is.
Yeah.
Like in between the train tracks and the collective.
yeah, in the
building.
collective building there.
Yeah,
Cool. That's really a great place to display your locally made wares.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm really grateful that that's there. My husband put some of his wooden utensils in there.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great place just to have a mercantile of local goods. So
Yeah.
it'd be nice to see some more pieces in there, Nick. I'd love to be able to see
We
yours in
are
there.
getting there,
Cool.
slowly but surely.
Great. How many people, how many friends do you have on your team?
So it's Frank's workshop, and he's done an extraordinary amount of stuff to get this off the ground. And
Did he collect all of the equipment?
yeah, and he really has done a lot to make sure this happens.
He's very community centered.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does so much to try to build capacity here in the community around different things. Yeah.
And so there's Frank, we have Leslie, who also runs a gallery here in town.
She makes beautiful jewelry as well.
Yes. And then Dulce is kind of our studio head, and then Binks is another instructor that has stepped up to the plate and is committed to being there regularly, and
Cool.
even if there's nobody else there, you know.
Do you use it when you go, if there's no one there, do you use the opportunity to,
That's one of the perks.
Yeah.
You know.
you get to build your collection?
Yeah.
Yeah, and keep your skills fluid. Awesome. So that's great. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, you're pretty safe if arriving between 10 and 2,
10 and 2?
4-ish,
Okay.
you know, but like I said, it hasn't really been like we start at this time.
Yeah.
It's been more of a organic, like,
Yeah, it's Fairfield.
you get there when you get there, yeah.
And so there is a fee, $20 a session, and awesome if you would RSVP through their Facebook page, Fairfield Pottery Studio.
Because then we can make sure somebody is
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Awesome. And it's a growing studio. It's a burgeoning, growing thing. And so the more we go and participate, the faster it matures. Yeah, sweet. Nick, thanks for sharing about the studio. And just, we're such a community of artists. I think that,
Yes.
you know, whether it's music, whether it's culinary arts, whether it's painting and sculpture and chainsaw carving,
Yeah.
you know, we've got some really amazing artists in our community. So great to meet you and to hear about the studio. And I look forward to seeing more coming out of it.
Such a pleasure.
Yeah, have a great evening. Thank you.